Good morning, everyone. So glad to have you with us this morning for our webinar, which is all about retail, our Dermo 28 Connect. We're so delighted to have you with us as always. You know, it's a once a month kind of thing that we do, and we love the fact that you've taken your time out of your morning, whether you're watching this live, you're joining us live, or if you are joining at a later date watching the recording. We are delighted that you've taken the time to watch this. These are all with you in mind to help to equip you, to help to anchor and come alongside you, to support you in your business success. So today is all about business success. My name is Charmaine Cooper. If you haven't had the chance to watch any of the other webinars in the past, please do let me know. At the end, I'll just give you my email address again for those that might be joining a little bit later, but you can email me, just request any of the previous treatment-focused webinars, and I would be happy to send you the recorded links. Today is a different setup. As you can see, I'm standing, I'm not sitting, which is a one in a lifetime kind of deal when it comes to the webinars, but it's all about retail tips. So we've changed up the backdrop a little bit so that we can hopefully inspire you to kind of think outside of your box for your future businesses, for many of you who already have your businesses, or who are thinking about how am I going to make my business work. Today is for you. It is all about retail tips and how to move your clients and to move your products, not just your products, but to move your treatments. And we're going to be really endeavoring to share some short retail tips, some professional tips and nuggets that we want you to remember. So please feel free to jot them down, take some notes. You can email me. Unfortunately, the format of today, I can't engage with you. So if you lift a hand or send me a chat, I won't be able to get to that until much later. So please do email me. Again, it's Charmaine, CHARMAINE, at dermo28.ca. So we are going to be doing a little bit of a role play at the very end, so make sure you hang tight right through to the end because we'll piece it all together for you. Okay, so beginning with a very important announcement. I know Christmas is upon us, so I'm so delighted to be able to, on behalf of the entire team of Dermo 28 Canada, as well as all of the IBIs, you know you love your instructors, your previous, your current instructors. We just want to wish you a blessed, a wonderful, full, joyous Christmas and a very successful retail season ahead of you. Now, you may not be finished or graduated yet. Some of you already are graduated, but whether you're taking continual courses at IBI or whether you are ready to hit the floor running, we know that this webinar and others like this are only to come alongside and help to kind of give you a little bit of a stir, a little bit of a boost. So we want to wish you all the success, and we know that you're in great hands after graduating from IBI. Okay, so let's get into our hot topic for today. So as you know, the industry that we are in is growing by leaps and bounds. When I entered the industry, it was quite different, but nonetheless, it was growing, and it increases every decade, every few years, and there are growth spurts. So I'll tell you, did you know that the current global industry is worth $532 billion? That is the health and wellness, that is the spa, that is the retailing. It's really the health and beauty and health and wellness. It's the medical procedures. It's all of the above. That's globally. That's pretty impressive because that's telling you and I there has always been, there will always be money to make. This is a booming industry, and you have selected a phenomenal industry to be a part of. Now let's bring it a little bit closer to Canada, shall we? Did you know that according to Stats Canada and spa business statisticians, they've confirmed that $15.8 billion is what the Canadian spa industry is worth? That's astounding because that includes the day spa, that includes the sole proprietor that's doing her skin business in her home-based business. It includes the chain spas. It includes right across the board all of the business models. Ladies and gentlemen, there is money to be made in Canada, and we are here to help to stir and incite within us again the fortitude to be able to go and not only make money, but to advocate for strong support for your clients so that they will see results. So with that being, established as a truth, we need to kind of go into what the reality is, shall we? Unfortunately, in our spa industry and what you and I have been a part of and are a part of, many have made the mistake, and I'll say that boldly, made the mistake of separating the professional experience, the professional treatment from retail. That includes your equipment services, your devices, your modalities, all of your back bar, private, professional, aesthetic services, and beyond, even including other services. They separate that. Somehow we've made a divide. We've compartmentalized within ourselves that this does not include retail. In fact, when we start to think about retail, we get a little bit antsy. Can I just throw myself under the bus for a minute? When I entered this industry about 24 years ago, I had nowhere remotely close in mind retailing for me to do. I thought I was going to love my clients were going to love me. Well, I quickly realized that to be successful, not only in my business, because we didn't come into this industry for just ourselves. We've come into it for others. To help my client to see progressive success, I was doing a disservice to her and to him by not retailing. We'll get a little bit more into that in more detail shortly. So our goal is to understand that one of those compartments cannot thrive without the other. We need professionalism, professional treatments tied into the retail experience. And that's what today is all about. So let's begin by asking a few questions, right where you are. Just kind of answer truthfully to yourself and just kind of do yourself your own little litmus test, okay? So when do you think a client's treatment is complete? You know, they've booked for the professional experience. When is their treatment complete? Is it when the client gets out of the treatment room? Big stretch. They're coming back to the real world and now they're ready to face on Goliaths out there because they've had their amazing experience, their Zen-like experience with you. Is that when it's done? Or is it when the client leaves, not the room, but leaves the center? Okay, so maybe that might be it. Or is it when the client books their next treatment? Think about that for yourself for a little while, and I'll jump in there and say none of these points or answers, if you thought, well, I think it's 2 or I think it's 3 or what have you, none of them are incorrect. However, they are incomplete. So for us to quantify that a little bit more acutely, everyone, let's go into understanding this next slide, shall we? What do our clients want? What do your clients want? What does every client want? Do they want your professional service? Is it that they really want the experience? They want the journey. They want the Zen room. They want the music, the lights, the dim. They want the whole experience to relax. Forget about babies out there. Forget about husbands and wives and the work world. They want to relax. Is that what clients want? Or do they want to get results? I know you already know where I'm going. And I'll say this again, none of those answers are incorrect. But I'll boldly highlight that number 3, the emphasis is on results. Clients, your clients, my clients, at the end of everything, what they are paying us for is results. The reason why I can say that boldly is because the reality is mainstream marketers, the top retail businesses out there, the powers that be, the industry bigwigs out there, they understand the secret that whenever a client has an experience or sees themselves having an experience, the industry will automatically appeal to that client's desire of either replicating or maintaining that goal, that healthy skin. So you've got the online fix-it-yourself gadgets that you can just order and fix your own skin. You've got the interactive, beauty counters. You've got all of the gadgets that your clients will innately, they may not think, well, I'm going to go online and try to get this. They may not think that overtly, but innately, there is a desire after their experience with you to replicate or to maintain. Everyone, this is so important for us to understand because clients want our professional solutions. Do you notice I said solutions? Not what you're selling them. It's not a sell, it's a tell, it's a conversation. It's you being able to engage with their concerns, treat them through the journey of that, and be able to communicate that. Clients want our professional solutions, and if they do not get their home care from us, because that desire is there, they will go get it somewhere else. Whether it is a low-grade cosmetic brand, whether it's a grocery store brand, whether what have you, online order, they will go ahead and replicate that. So that's the harsh reality. So because of that, Dermo28's position is quite clear. We believe that for effective profitability, as well as effective professionalism, it consists of two parts: your professional experience that you give your clients, but it has to be in tandem with your home care recommendations. One cannot, as we said earlier, thrive without the other. So with that being said, before we rush into the retail tips, we've got to understand the professional treatment profitability tips that are significant for us to anchor in with retail tips, okay? So let's start with number one. Once your client has had their amazing treatment, their experience, they love all of the above, as we talked about earlier, they come out, that is a time that you want to book their follow-up treatment. In fact, you don't want to wait till they come or go online or call you or text you to book their next treatment. You want to incentivize that client to book before they leave. Did you know that when a client books before they leave, they are that much more likely to come to that next treatment? You're that much likely to engage and keep them as your client. So offer discounts, offer promotions if they book before they leave. They can cancel, they can reschedule, but if you can get that into your database before they leave, you're that much more in the game, and you're ahead of the game, in fact. So offer a variety of packages as well, ladies and gentlemen. So in your treatment menu that you're online promoting, social media, you want to offer a variety. What do I mean by that? Well, you want to tailor some to your beginners, and you want to tailor some to your intermediate clients. Maybe your never had newbie client, then your intermediate, and then your advanced clients. You want to create some type of packages. Yes, have your regular individual services, but offer bundles because there are promotional incentives for the client, and it also helps to get you to secure them to come and see you. You need them to come to see you. Offer discounts. This is a huge one. I shared this in a recent business class that I was teaching not too long ago. Offer discounts. Yes, everybody wants a good deal. Everybody wants a discount. But the biggest mistake that we do in our industry is we offer discounts on our product. The reason why we at Dermo28 advise that you offer discounts on your treatments is that if you create a regular pattern of discounts on your retail product, you're going to create a discount monster, which means they will come and they will always expect a discount on that product. And you will, without really planning it, devalue the worth of your product. And you're working with something that you know gives results. So you want to ensure that if you're going to offer the discounts, offer them on your treatments. And one up on that, don't offer it on your hour-and-a-half luxurious treatment. Offer it on your mini or your express treatments. Offer it on the ones that you're not divulging too much of your time. You're still giving your excellence, your professionalism, but you don't want to give away your advanced treatments. So these are your intro treatments. Give them a teaser. Give them a taster. Let them bring in their significant other. Have them come in for those complimentary referral-based reward treatments that are 30, maybe 45 minutes tops, but I would suggest 30 minutes, your express treatments. That's your best tool to be able to engage and offer promotions on. So discount those. Try not to get in the habit of discounting your retail products all the time. Okay, once in a while, if you buy two, get one free, I understand. But don't get into the rut of doing that all the time. And know your cost per use. That might be a new phrase to many of you. Some of you are already familiar with this, but your cost per use is something that Dermo28 provides every IBI grad who does get the student starter kit. So pretty much what is it? We do the math for you. We show you how much it costs for you to give an aqua treatment, to give a comfort treatment, based upon the protocol. So I won't spend too much time on that today, but the math is already done. If you are already working with Dermo28 and you would like this, just email me and I can definitely send that to you. But pretty much the cost per use is what's going to anchor your profitability. So for example, at one, you want to begin to charge at least $1 to $3 per minute. So if the treatment is 15 minutes, you are charging at minimum, starting off when you're talking about positioning your pricing for your menu, 15 bucks. If it is a 30-minute treatment, it is no lower than $30. You are giving away, not your soul, but you're giving away your strength when you're not at least even quantifying that minute for $1. Depending upon your demographic, where your business be situated, you can mark that up to about $3 or keep it at $1. Then after that, everyone, you want to incorporate your cost for the use of the backboard products. So that is your cost per use that we do the math. You just kind of tabulate, you see what we give you. That's going to cost $10 or $15 for one specific treatment for that client, and then you want to incorporate that into your cost and mark up accordingly. Here's a quick example. We did the math for you, so this is like an aqua treatment. So if the aqua treatment costs $10 for you to use based upon your cost that you purchased it for, and the measurements, specific dosage that you use in that treatment, that's your CPU, plus your 60 minutes. It's a 60-minute treatment, so it's 60 bucks. Plus, I'm going to pay myself $5 to mark up for my time. That's a $75 basic facial. That's my menu price for that particular facial. Now, if I want to offer an express facial, aqua treatment, still $10 CPU. Now it's 30 minutes. So I'm going to charge $30. My markup, I'm going to pay myself $5. Your markup you can play around with, but that's what's gotten me the price of $45 for that 30-minute express treatment. Now your add-ons, your equipment, your modalities, some things that you do that take up more time, price them accordingly. And if you remember the rule of thumb, which is $1 per minute, and the cost per product, that will help to give you a good range of how you can add on accordingly. Okay, so that's just a quick summation of our profitability for our professional treatments. But I'll tell you, if you're like me, you're only human. I hear that song playing in the back of my mind. I'm only human. So if you're only human, you get tired like anyone else. You can only fit so many clients in one day. There is, ladies and gentlemen, automatic ceiling if you are banking all of your profitability on professional treatments. The unlimited revenue can only come through home care. So let's begin with understanding that it takes a new mindset. It is not an option, but it's our professional responsibility to recommend home care maintenance. It's part of your professional responsibility. It is actually the marker of the completion of the professional treatment. It's got to include, well, what are you going to recommend for them to go home with? Are they going to use soap and water and undo everything that you've just done? God forbid. So it is our responsibility to recommend, not to force. The client ultimately has to make her own educated decision, but we've got to do our role. Because skin goals are achieved only through partnership. It is a marriage. We've heard that over and over. But you also want to communicate that to your clients. I can do what I can do, but I'm going to bank on you doing what you can do at home until we see each other again so that we can achieve those goals together. You are their skin coach, per se. All right, so let's jump right now into all of the retail tips. Now that we've covered the profitability, professional tips, seen the importance of retail, and let's go in and put it together. So we decided already that number one, we've adjusted our mindset. We're offering solutions. We're not just relaxing the client. Yes, that helps, but you are in the game to offer solutions to very real concerns. Never devalue their concern, because that is the main driving force that they're going to be able to actually want to purchase what you're recommending, because they see it as a concern and you're respecting that. Number two, do not hard sell. This is huge because I made a huge mistake myself on this when I first got in the industry. Don't hard sell through the treatment. My goodness, if you want to turn off a client, hard sell in that treatment. Okay, right now I'm using so-and-so product and it's so wonderful. Okay, right, I know I'm just being facetious, but don't name your products in the treatment. When you name the product in the treatment, first of all, one, they may just want to relax, and we need to respect that. Two, it sounds like a hard sell. The moment you feel that you've shifted into selling is the moment they feel that you shifted into selling to them. No one says anything, no one acknowledges it, but it's a feeling, it's in the air. So let's stay away from that. Don't hard sell throughout the treatment, but you do want to establish, identify, communicate, and treat the concern. The communication is done during the skin analysis, obviously. So number 3, 4, 5, and 6, you're going to see me demonstrate on my amazing model that we'll do a role play on Melissa in a few moments. That's why I kind of bolded those for you. So number 3, this is huge. Create a designated consultation area. I cannot stress this enough. Even if you have a home-based business, even if your space that you're renting or where you are is small, you want to get up out of the bed, get the client up out of the bed, create maybe 2 chairs in a corner and create that, maybe around your manicure table, as a consultation area. You'll see more of that shortly. Number 4, reiterate their skin concerns. Bring them back to why they started with you. And number 5, use key retail tools. You'll see a great example in a few moments. Close, close, close is number 6. With your 5, 3, and 1. What does that mean? You'll see shortly. Okay, so let's talk about creating the ideal consultation environment. Did you know a consultation area, no matter how big, how small, wherever it is, but outside of that bed area, so not while they're just still groggy and just loving their skin and just kind of coming back to the world, that's not when you talk about the product. Talk about it, maybe 2 chairs beside that. It is proven to establish, optimize, and improve clientele relations. It is going to immediately augment their respect for your professional recommendation. It establishes trust, respect, and this is huge if you're taking notes, education. Remember I said a little bit earlier that you want your client to make educated decisions? The reason why so many decisions are left unmade is because they don't have enough info. They don't know enough of the whys and the what of what you've just done. So educate them. Don't overwhelm or preach at them or lecture them, but just a few nuggets. And allow for playtime. My goodness, the major retailers, they've got this coined. Anytime any creative area encourages a client to play, we call that the show and tell phase, it augments automatically their kinesthetic ability to want to leave with that product. So you want to create that in your consultation area. Our next step is reiterate the concerns. Very quickly, you'll see me do this in a more live demo. Number 1, why is it so important? Well, it reorients the discussion around the concerns of the client. Sometimes she comes out and she's just feeling like she's floating on cloud 9. She's just in her Zen zone, but you need to help to have her establish and maintain that, but understand, bring her brain back in the equation and help her understand what you've done in that treatment and how we're going to be able to manage that concern going on. Also, it shows how the key ingredients that you incorporated, the key treatments, equipment, devices, what have you, resolved that concern and how you're going to resolve it moving forward in the management recommendation. And I'll give you another tip that I learned a little late in the game. lose the fluffy words. So I have in my history, I have worked with beauticians at the beauty counters, and it's all about, darling, it's gorgeous. Oh, feel that, isn't that gorgeous? And the fluffy words that don't say anything, oh, it's so gorgeous on you. Oh, your skin looks gorgeous. What does that mean? I would encourage you to stay away from the fluffy words and use concrete power words. Like, look how balanced and hydrated your skin looks. Look how we were able to minimize the intolerance in your skin and turn down the redness. Look how fortified we've been able to really deliver strength to your skin. Lose the fluffy words, replace them with power words. Succinct, oriented function words. That's what you want to tie to your products and to your treatments that you have just achieved on the client. Okay, so that's 1 and 2. Now let's go into our third one. Use effective retail tools. So the first one you have me talking about here is a handheld mirror. Now, you would be surprised with this little guy, how easy this is, how that can be a retail tool. So some of you have mirrors in your treatment space, which is strongly encouraged, but in the consultation area, you also want to be able to show him or her that great skin radiance. And it also helps them to follow along with the concerns that you're reiterating and reorienting them around. So they're looking at themselves, seeing the dehydration lines around the eyes. Oh yeah, I need an eye cream, because they are looking at that. Tool number 2, as you see on my display back here, you want to incorporate testers. This is huge. Remember the play, the show and tell station? I call it the trivertising. You want to make sure you have testers that the clients are allowed to open and use. So not waste. So you're going to be there helping to guide them through some testers. So when clients feel the products, again, as I mentioned, the likelihood of them purchasing, according to professionals who study how people shop, their increased percentage of the likelihood of purchasing that product goes up 30 to 40% just by them playing and touching the product, smelling it, experiencing, because we are visceral, we are kinesthetic, we want to connect, and we are emotional shoppers, right? So last but not least on this slide, this is so important, you want to have some form of a concern solution recap sheet. So maybe on your clipboard, you're going to see me use that on Melissa in a few moments. So important. Why? Because it is the prescription. It is what loses the fluff. Your doctor, at the end of your experience with him or her, you're looking for that piece of paper with that chicken scratch. You're waiting for it because that is their professional recommendation for you. So whether they purchase from you or not that day, ladies and gentlemen, they need to leave with your professional recommendation on a prescription, solution-oriented page. And that way they're gonna know what they need to come back and buy. Maybe they could even see it as their husband's shopping list for Christmas. Honey, I got this today when I went to go see my skin therapist, and just laying that around if you're thinking for Christmas gifts for me. It could use and double up as a shopping list as well, okay? And then our 5-3-1 close. This is huge. A small little adjustment, but it's huge in its weight of impact. Prioritize product recommendations. So remember, we started off with finding out what their concerns are. You are going to prioritize your recommendations around the concerns of the client. Rule of thumb, try not to exceed 5 products at once. Oh, but she wants a full regimen. Yeah, but she's not ready. You recommending 9, 10 products, she's not going to use them, even if she's asking for them. You want to establish relationships, so you want to start off with 5, and then you're going to monitor that from there. And sometimes they could be a brand new or an advanced client that's ready for 5 products. Then if they're not feeling the 5, because you can pick that up, you want to shave down to 3. So the 3 primary concerns that the client had, or the 3 openings in their existing regimen. Maybe they don't have a toner, maybe they don't have a mask, and maybe they don't have an eye cream. Everything else they've got at home. So this is where you're going to slip in your 3 products, and then when they're ready, they can come back and get the other products at their leisure. All right, so again, you're going to be coaching them through seeing them with regular treatments and visits, so you're going to be able to gauge with them the progress in their skin. And the last one, I have to be honest, is probably my favorite. Identify, and this is again for someone who's like, I didn't really come ready to purchase, or it's kind of qualmy about something. Identify the one strongly recommended product based upon their primary concerns. They may have come in and told you, oh, I hate the dark circles around my eyes, and you found like 15 other concerns in their skin. Just exaggerating. But if it's one product that you recommend, it better not be any of those 15 other concerns. It's got to go right back to the dark circles that she communicated to you that she was concerned with. It's an eye emulsion. It's an eye treatment of some sort. Okay, so that's your 5, 3, 1. And at the end of it, you want to close. So which one of these would you like to go ahead and take today? Did you hear me ask if they wanted to purchase something? No. You heard me say, which one of these, so that works for 5 or 3, but which one of these did you want to leave with today? And then it's helping them to kind of navigate towards, well, okay, I won't take that, but I'll take this. So practice that. I know some of it sounds new, some of it doesn't sound new to you, but maybe you've been out of practice. Get back into it, and you will see that you will develop your momentum, and you'll develop momentum, and you'll develop it more and more. So let's recap on the profitability that we've covered. Number of treatments in a day, limited. As much as we love it, we've known that we've sold the bundles, we've discounted our shorter treatments, we've used that to hook our clients in to be able to monitor her results, his results in the skin, and coach them through those goals. So we know that we've accordingly worked with the cost per use sheet that's provided. And we want to retail future treatments before they leave. So with that being said, we know we still hit a ceiling. We cannot do over a certain amount in a day. But notice I bolded and highlighted the retailing of home care products. That is where your limitless potential is, ladies and gentlemen. It's in your recommendation of your home care. So never forget that. And a very small but very important step of our experience with the client is making her process of checking out, paying very, very convenient. So whether you are a sole proprietor in your home-based business or whatever business model that you're in, you want to make sure that it's not complicated for them to pay for their service and to pay for their experience and the products. So whether it's a Square terminal, a Moneris machine, a Monet, there's so many out in the market. There's so many convenient ones with your cell phones, even very inexpensive as in terms of an investment, because you make it back in like hardly any time, but make sure it's readily available. I also want to say at this point, social media only discounts, huge, very huge, because you have a whole demographic that only sees you on social media. So how do you get them to come in to see you? Well, you want to offer those social media discounts. And of course, referral discounts on packages and treatments, as I mentioned earlier as well. And you want to keep in touch. This is really important because once that client leaves, how are you going to incentivize them to come back in? Well, as I mentioned, the social media promotions only, Instagram, Facebook, however your platforms diversify. And I also want to speak to you advertising your business. Post your videos, before and after pictures, testimonials, show your potential future clients of what you offer your existing clients. And this could be them. Online promotion codes, whether you have your website up or not. You want to be able to have them leave with some of these codes at their place of booking their next treatment. They leave with this code when they're ready to redeem, and they get a discount on the treatment. So many different things. I mean, I don't even have a full day to be able to spend time with you and going into detail, but you can come up with some very innovative thoughts, I'm sure, yourself. But this last one is huge because it speaks to me when I used to go to the pizzerias. I'm not eating pizza right now, but there should be on-site promotion only. So when they come to you, there are discounted promotions that are only offered on site. When you go to Pizza Nova or Domino's Pizza, they offer discounts only when you're there, diversifying from their discounts online. So you want to appeal to both demographics, the onliners and the non-onliners, but make sure they feel that they have connection with you as well. Okay, so Melissa has finished her treatment. What you're going to see me do is put everything together as we mentioned in our 4, 5, 6 or 3, 4, 5, 6 points. And again, go ahead and see how we put things together. I might miss something, but see if you catch it. So Melissa, welcome. Your skin looks fantastic. Why don't you come on over and have a seat with us? Oh my goodness, welcome to your after treatment life. Your skin looks amazing. Have you seen it?
No. Oh yeah, it looks glowing.
Oh, look, do you see the
so much more hydrated than before?
Absolutely. Your skin is radiant. And again, we were really able to address those concerns as we talked about earlier on. So do you feel great? Are you feeling ready to take on the world?
I feel relaxed. I feel recharged. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm going to have you hold on to that mirror because today what I want to do to complete our treatment so that we can really make sure that you are able to manage those concerns that we talked about earlier on, I want to be able to offer you my professional recommendations. So as your skin is clearly loving what we were able to do, I just want to really recap some of the things that we were able to treat. So the first thing that you mentioned is the dehydration. That is completely gone because your skin feels so hydrated. You did mention that your primary concern was dehydration, according to my notes, along with the sensitivity. Now, remember, Melissa, we talked about very briefly in the skin analysis that whenever there's dehydration, it's usually accompanied by flushing and blushing. So when we treat one, we do treat the other. And I'll show you a great way that you can manage that even at home until we see you at your next treatment as well. Okay. And then because it was that time of the month, I know we had a little bit of localized breakouts. I was able to spot treat those for you today. And I want to show you how easily you can do that at home yourself. Okay, awesome. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and sanitize our hands because I'm going to get you to feel some products as well. You got that? Okay. Just a little bit of hand sanitizer. I'll do the same. And if you need any tissue, what have you, we've got everything here for you. And the first thing that we mentioned, it's first thing that you mentioned as well, is that dehydration in the skin. Well, did you remember the creamy product that I was doing, that I was using, and you actually commented in the treatment?
Yes.
Well, this is actually a phenomenal dynamic duo called Crema Acida, as well as our pH regulator. And I'm going to get you to apply a little bit on the back of the hand. I did this, Melissa, as a priming step of your treatment, and I'll get you to go ahead and just apply a little bit on the back of your hand as well. And you'll see that this product is Crema Acida. It's the Italian way of saying an acid balancing cream. So as simple as that is, this is going to help to balance out an imbalanced skin. So when the skin is irritated, it often can feel more dehydrated. It can often flush and blush as well. So what you do at home in the bathroom, no more than 3 times a week, you're going to be doing this very gently on the skin, all over the face, around the eyes, the nose, neck, chest, and upper décolleté area. And then once it starts to get a little bit absorbed, you'll notice that it doesn't actually slip as easily. Are you noticing how it's feeling right now on the skin?
Like a little tacky. Like a little bit.
That's right. So once that starts to get a little bit slower and tacky, it lets you know it's absorbed into the first few layers of the skin. It's helping to calm down any redness, any irritation, and take care of dehydration. So then what we don't want to do is rinse with water. And that's what we talked about in the skin analysis, because water always brings the skin to a more slightly vulnerable phase. So I'm going to give you a cotton disc. I'm going to take one as well. And that's where your pH regulator comes into play. It's a very convenient toner that you can double up as a toner because it will help to control acne, excess oil. And I remember you said that you often wrestle with a little bit of oil on the skin as well.
Yeah.
So this one helps to control hydration so that you don't produce as much oil.
Okay.
So pump about 3 to 4 pumps onto your cotton disc. Go ahead and do that. Amazeballs.
Thank
We'll
you.
go ahead and take that. Don't mind me. Okay, so then I'm going to have you now remove the crema acida.
Okay.
Just go ahead and sweep that off. Now, this is what you'll be doing on the face, on the neck, all over where you've applied the crema acida. And you remove that right off. I will grab that when you're done. I'll just take that for you. Go ahead and let it air dry, and then you tell me, Melissa, how is the skin feeling compared to the back of the other hand? So once it air dries a bit.
Well, this one's definitely dry.
Right.
This one's super dry.
So is mine.
And this one feels like supple.
It's supple,
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's the first thing I noticed.
So what we've actually done is with crema acida and the removal of pH regulator, we've omitted the necessity for water. And we've kept the pH balance. That's what's keeping the skin supple, but it's keeping it fortified, and it actually strengthens the skin. So your skin is going to feel much more fortified with this product as your regular toner, and then also having used them together. Okay, so again, together is only needed 2-3 times a week max. As we're in winter, you could probably benefit from the 3 times a week, but I'll tell you, now your serums are going to work better. Now your exfoliants are going to work better. Now everything works that much better because your skin's receptive, it's ready for it. So that's what we did on your skin, which is contributing to the gorgeous, hydrated, balanced, and well-even skin that we're seeing today. Okay. Cool. All right. So the other main concern that you said, as we talked about, was the breakouts. Now you have very minimal, nothing to worry about. But when they come up, they always come at the most inconvenient time. So if it is that time of the month, or if you're a little bit stressed, or if work is a little bit overwhelming, which I know it never is for you, so you want to go ahead and use our Pura. It's your active spot gel.
Okay.
So I'm going to get you to go ahead and take a little bit, use the back of your perfectly primed palette hand, and take a little spot.
Okay.
I'll do that for you.
Thank you.
Actually. And then because we don't want to spread any bacteria, I want to practice by showing you how to use it with a Q-tip. So grab a Q-tip. You got that okay? And then I'm going to get you to go ahead and just take a little bit off the back of your hand.
Okay.
And you're going to apply it to that area in a roll patting motion.
Okay.
I want you to try that right now, because I did finish off our treatment with it today. But at home, before you go ahead and apply your concealer and your foundation, you want to make sure that the salicylic acid here, that the aloe vera, there's lavender as well, and there's also cypress and lemongrass, which really help to provide that astringency, and it brings down inflammation, and it takes care of the bacteria with the salicylic acid. So just a few rolling and patting motions, and then you can go ahead and apply your concealer and your makeup on top of that.
Okay.
Because it's so beneficial having that as your layer in between the makeup and the skin. Is that something that you could see yourself doing?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Sounds really easy.
Well, easy is always the way to go. So just to recap, I saw that you already have a very full regimen at home. You're using a great cleanser, Melissa. That's great. You're also using a great mask. I felt that, and your moisturizer is solid. So I felt that where the opportunity was for us to be able to address those concerns would be in the 2-in-1, taking care of dehydration and the sensitivity that's done with these two, the crema acida and the pH regulator, as well as taking care of your occasional breakouts with the active spot gel. So which one of these do you think you'd like to go ahead and leave with today?
Well, I really do like the way that the crema acida makes my skin feel, and it makes a lot more sense that everything else becomes more effective with it.
100%.
And this is something that I don't normally do in my routine, so I'm definitely open to trying that. So I'm actually gonna get all 3.
Fabulous. Yeah. Okay, great. So what I'll do, I just happen to have them ready here for you. So we've got our pH regulator, we've got our crema acida, and we have our active spot gel. And there is a promotion going on today that when you book for your future treatment, that you actually get it complimentary. So I do want to be able to monitor how your skin has really responded to our insertions into your existing regimen. So I would recommend that we see you actually in about 3 weeks. That's something that I can go ahead and put you down in the books for.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'll definitely add you in, and that's going to be on the house because we really appreciate your service. And what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and get these ready for you. But I also have a great pamphlet just to recap on some of the key educational points that we talked about so that you can remember how the benefits of these great products can really, really show up in your skin throughout your commitments, throughout your morning and evening regimens. So what I'll do, so I'll just go ahead and tabulate these for you. And then when you're ready, no rush at all, Melissa, you can go ahead and just take care of that.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. So everyone, don't laugh. We actually really practiced on that. And Melissa was absolutely amazing. But again, the purpose was just to really put everything together for you. Notice that I tapped the consultation chair before she came over. And that was a little incentive to have her come and sit here, not stay on the bed if you're in the room. Notice I had her play with the product. Remember, you want to maybe try mirroring, and you show her what she's going to be doing at home. Notice I also use the words, now at home, Melissa, when you're doing this, when I'm creating the narrative and I'm creating the environment for her to imagine herself using this at home. So some of these little tips and tricks, I want you to start even practicing one different one or one additional one and see it become a little bit more of a regular routine for you. And watch the link again. Again, I'll follow up and I'll send everybody the link, but for something that you might have missed, please take the time to watch it again. And remember, we want to wish you the most amazing retail holiday season out there. We know it's not about the consumerism. Yes, it is not about the consumerism, but I do want to wish you a very safe Christmas. Now, if we see you on December 9th, it is for the product launch. You make sure you want to register for that, and we'll wish you another Merry Christmas then. But if we don't see you then, have a wonderful season. Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2020. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.